As has been the case with most Civil 3D features, we've seen how to create the feature. Now let's look and see how we can edit the feature. In this case, how we edit grading objects. 1304 Grading Edit is the exercise we're going to open. We see our pond that we've created so far. As we begin to realize and begin to think about that berm, an 8-foot wide berm is not very wide. So we're going to widen that berm to 15 feet. Now there's two different ways you can edit. You can use the panoramic editor, and this will open up and it will provide information, and everything that is not locked will be a value that you can change. Now I find that this is a little bit slower than using the command prompt version. The reason being is every value that you change, once you press enter or leave that window for the value, it automatically rebuilds the grading object. And so if I have 3 values of the grading object that I want to change, it's going to rebuild that grading object 3 times. So I usually prefer to use the edit grading function from the contextual ribbon of the grading object. Now just again to confirm, how we selected the grading is not the feature line. The feature line is an end result of the grading object. What we're selecting are any of those projection lines from one feature line to the other. Now, those projection lines are key to being able to grab the grading object. Additionally, depending on the style, you may also have a diamond, and you can pick that diamond as it represents the grading object. Let's go ahead and choose to edit grading from the contextual ribbon here. And notice the command prompt now kicks into place just as if I was creating a grading object. And so I'm going to type in 15 feet. It confirms 2%. And once I'm done, these are all the values that I can input for this grading object. And now it's going to walk through. Now, not only am I changing the top of my berm, but it's also regrading to daylight as well. So actually I adjusted it or edited 2 different grading objects. Let's edit one more. I'm going to edit the daylight, this outer grading object, and we're going to change our slopes from 3:1 to 4:1. Now, if we had used a 3:1 to surface type criteria like we created in our first exercise, you wouldn't really be able to do this. You wouldn't be able to change the edits or values. So having it more generic is helpful, even though there's more prompts. It also reduces the amount of criterias that you have in your set. Keeping them generic reduces it. That way you don't have to have a 3:1 to surface, a 4:1 to surface, a 6:1 to surface, and so forth. You only have slope to surface as the user enter the values that are appropriate. So how do we edit grading? Again, we select one of the projection lines, and usually you can choose edit grading, or if you prefer the tabular visual panoramic, you can choose grading editor.